So once you have completed your batch run of all of your runs, or just have a bunch of runs that are kind of in the same spot, and you have run the copy out files to the mapping folder, there's another tool that will rasterize all of these tools. Now this is a little bit different. It's a Python file, and you call it from QGIS, and it's just a script. It's not a plugin. So it's just a script. So what you need to do is you need to modify it a little bit, all right? So this is where your mapping folder is. So if you take and copy the path to your mapping folder, you can paste the path right here. And you'll want to paste it here too, because we're putting our output and our input in the same location. That's fine. If you want to put your output in a different location, you can put this path somewhere else. And then we have a style file that will style the maps that we're going to load into QGIS. So this just needs to be the path to this depth.qml file. So I'll just copy that path and I'll put this in here. And this particular project has a cell size of 100 feet, and so we want a corresponding pixel size in our raster of 100 feet. And this is the barn project. It's really old, so it doesn't get like overlaid under images or anything like that. It's not really actually the best one to use for mapping, but it's so fast, that's why I don't mind using it. So I can use any coordinate system that uses feet as its its unit. And so these are the 3 or 4 things that you need to modify. And then you can just save this file. It's just a text file, and it's just used through QGIS. So if you were to open QGIS and load a blank project, you would need to make sure that your coordinate system is set to the same one that's in that Python folder. Then you click OK, and now you can load this Python command window right here. This is your Python command window. So if you can't see this, or Python console, you can just go Plugins, Python console. And what you might see when you load this is that, hang on a second, you maybe won't see this. It'll look like this. So then you'll need to click this here so that you can see the editor. And then you'll need to open that script, Rasterize Mini. And that can be anywhere. I usually keep it in a safe place called scripts. Click open, and you can see that it's right here. And I'll just close that one, we don't need it. And then in order to run it, I just click run, and what it does is it goes into our mapping folder and it finds these guys right here and it converts them into rasters. And then it loads them into groups right here. The groups match the project name. See? So if I collapse all those groups using the collapse all layers button, then I can see that you have one group for each of these, and inside here you have one raster file for each of these groups. So that's how you isolate and map or rasterize data. Now if you wanted to take those files into ArcGIS, you would just come into here and you would select these groups and load them into ArcGIS. That might not, it's not going to come in with its style probably, because style is saved in the QGZ folder, but you will be able to load them and color them yourself in ArcGIS. And you can just, save that ArcGIS style so that you can copy it into the layers that you want. Now, if you wanted to modify the style of this layer, you just double click it, and you would do this in ArcGIS or QGIS, and then you set up the style in the symbology tab. It's single band pseudo color, and you set that up to whatever you want. And then if you were to change that style, let's just say for example that I just changed the color ramp, I could then copy that style and I could paste it to one of the other layers very quickly and very easily like that. So it's very easy to rasterize a lot of data, load it into your project, and then it's isolated into the groups of data where it belongs. And the corresponding data files are also in the corresponding file paths where they belong. So then you could take those into any other mapping program if you wanted. So that's how you rasterize a lot of data with QGIS. And I will take and link the Rasterize Mini Improved into the description of the YouTube video.